I'm Anna Webb. Welcome to A Dog's Life. Hey, Mr. Binks, you know how stressful it can get around Christmas, all of the planning and the preparation and the cards and the food. Well, that's why we were very excited to learn about a brand new calming product. So we're jumping on Zoom now to talk to Porble and Dale Nash about a new product called Calming. Dale Nash, hey, welcome back to A Dog's Life.
Hi, Anna. It's very good to be back.
Well, it's brilliant, that you're back because this means you've got some very exciting news for us all. As if our listeners remember, you joined us on the show to announce what I was so excited about as an absolute world first, which is the first ever collagen for dogs.
So we came back on it's quite a while ago now, wasn't it? But yeah, we came on and we had our first product that we released, which is, as you said, Collagen, which is the collagen product for dogs. And we launched Pourable in January 2022. So we're still quite young as a brand. But the product's gone down so well, getting so many repeat customers, getting so many great reviews coming through, which is just fantastic to read on a daily basis, on how the product is helping dogs, whether it's with their skin and coat or their bones and joints. It's really great to see.
Well, it's really brilliant. And the whole product really was born from your expertise, really, in the human collagen market.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we've got the So Body Co, which is our sister brand, and that launched about 3 years ago now. And we've got our multi-peptide human collagen product, and we've also got a meal replacement shake, which has got collagen added as well. So I think at the time we were the UK's only weight loss shake, meal replacement shake with collagen. I think that's still the case, but yeah, we were first to market with that. And again, everyone loves that product. Everyone that takes the peptogen.
Well, I know, I'm a great fan of So Body Co because, you get to a certain age and it's really the same with your dogs. Collagen depletes, doesn't it, as you age? It's very annoying.
Yeah,
So you do need to replace it, really. And I think we're very lucky in this modern age to have these supplements, to be honest. And I can sincerely say, hand on heart, that the So Body Collagen has really worked and helped my hair hugely after a bit of a terrible hair disaster at the beginning of the year, actually.
mm.
So thank you, Dale. It was that really, combined my total, you know, confidence and reassurance, really, that the pourable collagen was also going to do what it's done on both Mr. Binks and Prue. Everyone at the moment, when I go places with Mr. Binks, everyone just says he's so shiny. Like, seriously, it's the first thing everybody says. And he is shining. And you see black dogs, because he's, an English toy terrier and they're all black and tan. They can look a bit dull, because
Yeah.
scurf kind of obviously shows on black coated dogs more than on paler coated dogs. But no, neither Prue or Binks, have got any of that. And Prue's had a few issues at the moment, which we're constantly working through. But I really know that the collagen is helping her massively on loads of different levels at the moment.
That's fantastic. So it's so good to hear. And obviously you touching there about how shiny the coat looks, and I get exactly the same comments about our collie. And obviously having a white and black coat, she just looks so shiny all the time. It's brilliant.
Yeah, and it is lovely. There is a lovely sheen, and
Mm,
and that is hard to achieve, I think, in dogs these days. What with
mm.
them living indoors mostly, central heating, all of these things, sap the skin just like it does in humans.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, exactly.
No, the thing is, so you're growing as a brand, which is wonderful because you're a great team and really brilliant, passionate people. So, how excited was I when I learned about your new product, Dale? Tell us a bit more.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about the new product, which launched, it was about a month ago now. So it's very, very new. And it's a calming supplement. And it's literally, it does what it says on the tin. The product is called Calming, and it's 100% natural calming supplement for dogs. There's a few products in the works at Pourable, which I can't really talk about right now. But when we first launched Pourable, and obviously we released the collagen product, the next thing I really wanted to do was get a calming supplement out. So I've been working on it for quite a while, and it was really important that that was going to be the next product in our range.
Well, it's really timely in a way, I mean, obviously we've had the pandemic and there's so many statistics out there saying,
Mhm,
dogs are the most anxious and potentially neurotic that they've ever been in 30,000 years.
mhm,
But also something that really interests me, from a behavior point of view, is the recent study, which I think you've read from the University of Belfast, that confirms that dogs can smell our stress. And then how that affects them, we still don't really know. But I know from my own dogs that when I get a bit stressed out, Prudence particularly, she can't bear it. She sees it as weakness, I think. And bull terriers hate weakness. And she just leaves the room as if to say, I can't stand this. Just get over it. And it's really worrying. She's like my barometer. It's like, uh-oh, okay, I need to step away from my laptop. I need to breathe.
mhm.
Let's leave social media alone. That's my main trigger. So, I mean, if you imagine we're really stressed out at the moment, things aren't brilliant, are they? Are they out there at the moment
No,
on an
definitely
economic?
not. That's
No,
a bit of an understatement, I think.
I know exactly. So, everyone's stress levels are going to
Yeah.
be a bit higher than they normally are. And you know what? Another study actually ages ago compared the blood of a stressed human and their dog and compared them. And guess what? The cortisol levels in the human's blood were sky high. But they were also sky high in the dog. So that means it's contagious, Dale.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So that's I think is that this possibly the study from Sweden, I believe, and yeah, it's clear that they do pick up on stress, and like you say, you know if that's happening to your dog because you're particularly stressed. You don't really need a study to tell you that. My collie is extremely sensitive to things like that, and I'm not an overly stressful person, to be honest, but people, everyone gets a bit stressed. And as soon as I'm a bit stressed, I only have to look over at my collie and see that she's picking up on that. So yeah, 100%. You can tell that they definitely pick up on it, and that transfers over to them.
And on top of it all, we've got Christmas coming up,
Yeah.
and everyone gets a bit frothy around Christmas. You got the Christmas cards to get, the presents, you got to think decorations, tree, all of these things. And, it's important to remember this: dogs don't know it's Christmas, do they, Dale?
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't explain to them what's going on. I mean, we've just had fireworks. I mean, they call it fireworks night, but I call it fireworks season because it pretty much just runs from end of October to into the new year now. And if you go on Google and type in dogs fireworks, there's just some horrendous news on that. And then with Christmas coming in, obviously you've got more people coming in the house. You might be going out of the house a lot more. You're dragging in a tree and putting a tree up in the middle of the living room or the lounge, and all of a sudden there's tinsel and whatever else you might want to do around your house. So all the routines kind of go out the window. The house is all over the place, and yeah, you can't say this is what's happening. So it is a stressful time. I can't imagine if that all was happening around me and no one could explain what was going on, and it'd be the same for everyone, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think more and more people should put themselves in their dog's shoes, really. Not that dogs should wear shoes, I hasten to add, but to think like a dog. But with calming, I mean, look, I'll be honest. So, Dale, I am giving calming to Prudence as she always needs calming, probably because she lives with me. No, but she also has, still is ongoingly recovering from this massive emergency surgery she had in 2020, November 2020, which it was a very long anesthetic. And I do believe some of her brain cells, were fried, which can happen,
Yeah.
not on purpose, obviously, but it's just what happens. It's called oxidative stress. So what I love the ingredients of calming. Like when it arrived, I was like, oh, what's in it? And I'm like, crumbs, this is good. It's the main thing that struck me. You've got so much in it. It's more, I think it's more than a calming product, Dale. I would class this as like a massive immune boosting supplement.
Yeah, definitely. It's not just, although it's called calming, there, like you say, there are a lot of immune boosting, antioxidants, anti-inflammatory ingredients within the product. So it's a bit of an all-round product. When we initially came up with the idea for the calming supplement, I mean, there's plenty of calming supplements on the market, but what we've put into this product, we genuinely believe everything is in there for a reason. And if you go onto our website, there's a breakdown of every single ingredient that's in there. There's no fillers, and you'll see exactly why something has been added to the product, exactly why it's in there. So it's very easy to see what benefits, as well as the kind of the calming, the anti-stress, anti-anxiety benefits. There's plenty more in there as well.
Yeah, because it's like a rich concoction of several key herbs, which,
Mhm.
are known to have huge help promote wellness hugely. From chamomile, which we all know chamomile tea is a very soothing, calming herb to take, but also turmeric, which of course is really known now. It's almost on trend as an anti-inflammatory. But what really struck me was the omega content,
Mhm.
Dale, because
Yeah.
it's not from fish.
No, it's not from fish. So the reason we've gone down the algae omega-3 powder route is just to avoid any potential risks of fish oils oxidating, which essentially can make them redundant. And I was doing a bit of research online, and there was a study that said almost half the fish oils on the market, they go through such high amount of processing, they're almost redundant to any health benefits.
It's scary, actually. And it's
Mm.
so scary. And then, accidentally, and, not on purpose, obviously, you're actually putting free radicals, oxidated free radicals into your body rather than the proactive omega-3, which
Yeah.
is what you want from the fish oil. So, yeah, this phytoplankton I'm so interested in it, actually, as it's a very rich source of all sorts of minerals and vitamins as well as, of course, this pokey, untainted, really, supply of omega-3 and EPA. So it's got both the DPA and the EPA,
Yeah.
the whole spectrum of the omega-3, which is, what dogs thrive on, Dale.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we want. As I said, the more we can cram into this supplement, the better we can make it. It's the better for everyone.
Yeah, because brain food, really, which omega-3 is, it's known obviously to help eyes, brain, and
Mhm.
joints, and skin. But it's also now more and more considered essential in terms of fueling and nourishing the microbiome, which in turn, if we believe that the microbiome and the gut is our second brain, it fuels your cognition. And therefore, I suppose, Dale, correct me if I'm wrong, would help in calming.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, what you've touched upon there about cognitive health, keeping your dog's brain functioning properly and protecting it as much as you can help as much as possible to protect against cognitive degeneration. And what else we've got in there? So poor blood flow has also been shown to increase anxiety as well. So we've got ingredients in there which can help increase blood flow to the brain.
Wow, what would that be? Would that be the ginger content and the coconut oil?
That'd be the ginkgo biloba.
Oh yes, yeah, no, of course you've got that. Yeah, you have, which is
Yeah.
that is it really is brain food. I remember actually giving some to my mum actually when she was in the care home. We digress. No, I love that it's also got coconut oil in it as well, Dale.
Yes, yeah. So coconut oil was in there. That was one that we had to look into to make sure that we were getting a really good quality there as well, because sometimes not to get into the process of the manufacture too much, but coconut oil when it is added to a powder, it can go a bit oily, it can go a bit clumpy. So there was quite a bit of research done into that as well to make sure that we could get the best kind of coconut oil powder form in there without damaging the rest of the supplement.
It's so true. Having a minimally processed product like calming and like the collagen, in a world of supplements, it can be so confusing at best, and at worst, sometimes a minefield, to be sure that you're spending your money on something that's going to not only work, but really, gives you the value.
Yeah. So as I said earlier, everything that's in calming is there for a reason. There's no fillers. There's a lot of other products on the market. Did a lot of research into when we were making this, and as soon as you start breaking down different products online and seeing what's in them, you might see contains chamomile or whatever ingredient it might be. Obviously, chamomile is quite a almost a bit of a buzzword for marketers at some point because we all know what chamomile is. People have chamomile tea to calm themselves down. But if you break down the ingredients which are in some of these products, it's a tiny amount. And the rest of that is filler. So yeah, on the website, we've got the whole breakdown, the reason everything's in there. And everything that's in there is a good quantity. It's not just those little sprinklings just to put on the label, this contains XYZ, whatever ingredient it might be.
Yeah, 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 and that's great because it, gives you peace of mind, and also that you is it look with this cost of living crisis, we're
Mm.
all having to be a bit careful. Do I
Mhm.
really need this? Or maybe not. And obviously, our pets are expensive, and the worry is, all the animal welfare organizations are heralding the worst situation ever for pets because people
Yeah.
can't afford them, and we want to keep them well, and obviously keeping them well hopefully keeps them away from the vet and costly vet bills, which are also being blamed at the moment for a lot of, rehomed dogs, and for dogs not to be rehomed from shelters. People are saying, well, we're scared with the current climate. Vet bills are so high, I don't want to get caught out. Insurance is so high. Owning a dog now is a luxury. And in a way, it should be actually. But at the same time, so what I'm saying is, for me, I'm interested in calming because if it can do so many different things in out of one packet, then fantastic. So you can really maximize health benefits at the minimum of cost.
Yeah, it's worrying time because I remember as we were going through the pandemic and everyone was getting puppies and I was thinking, right, what's going to happen when everyone goes back to work? What's going to happen when people go back into offices? And then we've kind of had this perfect storm of straight out of a pandemic into this cost of living crisis, which is hard on everyone. And if you're a lot of cost comes with a dog. Sometimes that hidden cost, like you just said, like the insurances, people don't really think of that when they see a tiny little puppy. They just think, oh, we're going to have to get it a bed and a nice little dog bowl, and that's it. So, but there's brands out there doing things to try and make sure that you're feeding your dog how it should be fed with decent food for a manageable price with the calming supplement for a medium dog, one pack would last around 60 days. For a smaller dog, you're looking around 90 days. So that works out to about 33p a day. And actually, that's not including, say, like our 10% discount on our website, which is quite often on there for a first time order. So you're looking at maybe you're less than 30p a day, really, if you've got a small dog.
See, that's great. It's great also knowing that the ingredients are all there and it's a product that's been designed, to really help people. And that's a really good thing if you're sat where I'm sat, to be honest with you, Dale.
Yeah, it's that's the whole thing. Like all the products that I've got planned that we've got planned at Pourable, are all going to be there designed to help people, to help the dogs. As I mentioned, my collie, she was a rescue when we first got her. She was very stressed. She came to us in November 2019. So all of a sudden, a few months later, everything changed. And then a year or two later, everything changed again. So she's been very stressed. Firework night last year was not good. But a bit of, she's now having the calming, and it's worked brilliant for her. It doesn't. One thing I will say, and obviously I'm sure this is something you can you'll realize, and you've probably seen as well, is sometimes you'll think of a calming supplement and you'll think, oh, you give this to your dog, all of a sudden your dog it's not going to have its personality, it's going to sleep all day, it's going to be knocked out. It's just not the case. If you have a cup of chamomile tea, you don't all of a sudden just fall asleep on the sofa in the next 10 minutes and not get up for hours on ends. It's just there to naturally calm and reduce any stress that might be going on in your dog.
Yeah, and by helping with perhaps even some latent pain, because the ingredients are anti-inflammatory,
Mm-hmm.
and dogs get a bit grumpy, they get a bit stressed if they've got a sore paw or something, but they can't tell you, and you might not see it because dogs are masters at disguising pain, or as I mentioned earlier, weakness. They don't like it because in the wild they'd be compromised. In a wolf pack, they'd be like, well, you're no good to us anymore because you can't run very fast, and it's a bit of a dog eat dog world out there. So they're masters at masking it. So again, that's why I think calming is really good, because it can preempt things that might be lurking, or soothe things that you're not aware of either.
Yeah, it definitely comes back to like we were saying earlier on in the episode, to not being able to communicate, and obviously that's a two-way street, as we touched upon with collagen in our podcast as well. That your dog can't tell you if it's poor or its knees are starting to ache. If you've got achy knees or achy joints, you can tell someone. If you've got a painful foot or whatever it might be, you can tell someone that. Unfortunately, our dogs can't tell us that. So as we've spoken about before, prevention is so much better than cure. So if all of these things that you can give your dog to help that, whether it's the supplements, whether it's the correct diet they should be eating, anything you can do is just, your dog is going to love you even more for it.
Yeah, and as we've touched on recently also, Dale, actually, learning to read your dog, so spending time with your dog so you know your dog. So when you see a sudden arched top line, when you might be out in the park, you think, I wonder why there's an arched top line, just slight curve, or, the dog's tail isn't normally at its normal position of happy walking dog. Ear carriages, eye contact, being turned away from you, that's a sign that something isn't right. They might be stressed, or they, might be feeling a bit sore somewhere. Yawning at particular moments, if it involves you asking them to jump off the sofa, they might yawn as if to say, yeah, but it's going to hurt if I jump off the sofa. Things like that. You only get that if you spend time with your dog, and for me, you're brilliant, your dog's, with you in your home office and all the rest of it. I just wish more and more people would spend a bit more time with their dogs. It's one of my things, but just because
do you know what? I must admit, I hope obviously you were saying about having the dogs in my home office. I really hope you can't just hear my pug snoring the whole way through this episode, because I can hear.
I wish we could. Oh no, I wish we could.
I can hear him in the background. So hopefully you won't play this back.
I can't hear. Let's ask Mike, our producer. Mike, come in. Are you there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're just wondering actually. Can we hear Dale? What's your pug called?
Miss Fredrickson.
Miss what?
Mr. Fredrickson.
Oh, Mr. Sorry,
Yeah,
Fredrickson.
yeah.
Great name.
Can we? I can't hear him.
No.
We that's can't okay hear. Then.
Oh no, he's got to snore louder. Yeah, no, exactly. But things like that, it's brilliant. Well, I've got Prue rolling on the floor actually beside me at the moment, because she's a bull terrier and they're mad. No, I love them. I love them, but they are, a very, very difficult dog to own. For anyone thinking, please, think twice before you take on a bull terrier. They're not for the faint-hearted.
Yeah.
No. Oh, Dale, no, I so agree, and that's brilliant that Mr. Fredrickson's with you, and that sort of just is the way things should be, and so many more offices though are now becoming dog friendly, and the world's opening up to be dog friendly, hotels, cafes, restaurants, to tap into the hound pound, if it still exists. Dale, do you think it does?
Yeah, definitely 100%. You see it so much more than you used to. I mean, if I walking past pubs, you see they've got blackboards out the front, like chalkboards that say dog friendly, or some of them you go in, like dog treats are on the bar. It really seems that businesses are becoming far more accepting of nice, well-behaved dogs and well-behaved owners. So yeah, it's good to see.
It is good to see. And long may that continue, to be honest with you, because it means you have so much more fun with your dog. God, definitely. 2002, I mean, it was barren out there. I couldn't take Molly anywhere. So I didn't really go anywhere, to be honest with you. And long story there. But it has changed remarkably, and it is for the best, actually. But again, definitely, it's navigating it all, navigating the best venues, navigating everything, and hopefully, a dog's life helps people navigate.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you did a really good episode a little while ago now. Was it the company? I can't remember what the company was called, but there's an app, isn't there, where you can look and see what venues are dog friendly around London. I want to say.
Oh yeah, Wag It.
Wag It. That's it. Yeah,
oh, yeah.
That was great.
Yeah, no, I mean, I use it. Well, Prue's breeder came to stay actually from Germany, and we booked through Wag It. It was really easy, and we went
brilliant.
on a tuk-tuk, Dale. You'll have to do it one day with Mr. Fredrickson, and because it's dog friendly, and you go zooming on this tuk-tuk around the main London site. So for someone coming over from abroad, it's like brilliant. And I have to say, choose summer really, because they're quite open. It'll be cold at the moment, but it was a blast, really. Nadia, the girl, she's lovely, and we must get some collagen and calming to her Cavalier. That would be a good idea, Dale.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we'll sort that out.
Fabulous. Well, Dale, thanks for joining us again on A Dog's Life. It's brilliant.
No, it's been great to chat again. Yeah, it's been great.
And I'll keep you posted with calming. I'm hoping it's going to really help Prue's brain health.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Keep me posted on it, and hopefully we'll have a chat again soon.
We will indeed. Thanks, Dale.
Cheers, Anna.
That's our show, Mr. Binks. What did you think? Yes, I know you are enjoying the calming, and so is Prudence. What's that? You're right. It is time for Woof of the Week. We're all living through stressful times at the moment, and Christmas is going to make it a whole lot worse. So it's very important to try and manage our stress around our dogs, remembering that dogs don't know that it's Christmas. Well, I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, go on, please rate and review the show wherever you tune into your podcasts. Thanks again, of course, to Dale Nash for joining us today, and all the links to Portable are in the show notes. Thanks, of course, to Mike Hansen, our producer, for all the production and music as ever. Find out more about Mike and his team at Pod People UK. And for me, I'm just at Anna Webb Dogs. What's that, Mr. Binks? Yes, you're right. We will be back in your feed next Sunday. So go on, why don't you subscribe? And that way you'll never miss another show. What's that, Mr. Binks? Oh, yes, you're right. Thanks for reminding me about our Patreon page. The link is in the show notes. Go on, why don't you just give us a tip? See you next week. Bye for now.
Pod People.